Hey ladies and jellyfish, wumbles of all sizes, welcome back to A.S.K's videos. Today I am reviewing the animated movie of Pixar, the first one of 2020, Onward. I just got back from watching Onward, and excuse this video for the lack of the visual editing. I just had to get this out of the way. I wanted to get this out as soon as possible, so you guys can hear my thoughts on this movie. So it's not going to be the best edited video, but it's just going to be my raw thoughts on it. So let's get into it. With that out of the way, this movie was directed by Dan Scanlon. It is a Pixar movie. Again, Dan Scanlon has directed another movie before with Pixar, and that was Monsters University. So he's not the best director in the world, but this movie was apparently based on his own personal experiences. So that's pretty sweet because he lost his father at a young age, I believe, and it's just interesting to see this kind of thing. This movie stars Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, more celebrities than Pixar is usually used to, but I think they did a really good job with the voice acting, as well as the other voice actors like Octavia Spencer and other people. Something else to note about this movie is that with the given coronavirus and stuff like that spreading at the time of the release, it is a little sad. But given that this is an original story, this isn't based off any franchises, and it's not a sequel, it's really great to see that it has made $68 million at the time of this recording. It is currently Sunday, March the 8th. So that's really impressive. I'm not sure what the budget is because it doesn't say anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna beat its budget. So if you're wondering about the budget and the box office, it's doing pretty good. It is currently the #1 box office of the weekend, so that's something to commend the movie for. It also has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 86% for critics and 96% for audiences. So after 3 days, I mean not 3 days because this has been out for private screenings and premieres and stuff, but over this short amount of time, you can tell that it's not a bad score to start off with, especially for an original Pixar movie. One thing to note for me especially was that the trailer didn't really give off the best vibe. Watching the trailer, I thought this wouldn't be the best Pixar movie, and it's not by any means, but I expected it to be a lot worse than it turned out being. So I don't know what the reason for that was. Maybe it's just my personal tastes, but I thought the trailer to Soul was a lot more interesting. Maybe Soul will be better, but I think they could have done a lot better with the trailer, personally. Another thing that I noticed a lot while watching the movie is it's very entertaining. There's not a moment of time wasted. It's very well paced. And I think one reason for that is that every single joke or plot point, for the most part, is very crucial to the story. It's very efficiently used. For example, in the story multiple times, they joke around about getting a splinter from the wooden thing that they brought their dad back half of. By the way, this has spoilers in this review, so if you're wondering, don't watch this video if you haven't seen the movie. But that splinter joke comes back at the climax of the movie where Ian uses it to open up the staff and to defeat the big monster thing. So, and bring his dad back, sorry. So that's very useful. Or something else like the car light that broke when they destroyed the car. The older brother later uses it as like a trap for the big monster. Or even dad, like I thought when I was watching this movie that the dad was just kind of just a thing that they carried around. He didn't really contribute to the story a lot, but later in the story he actually contributes by clicking the button underneath the water as they were about to die. So that's very interesting that they decided to use him. So yeah, every character is in here for a reason. There's no waste of time. It's a very well-paced and entertaining movie in my opinion. It could have been a lot worse in the department, but I think it was very well-paced. It's probably one of the more well-paced Pixar movies of the last 10 years. Something else to note is that there are a lot of fun scenes in this movie. There's like the bridge scene where Ian has to believe in himself and cross the bridge without with the magic. Or even the scene where they're dressed up as the centaur guy and they have to not lie to the cops. It's just scenes like this that make the movie really entertaining. So yeah, there's always really high stakes in the movie and you always feel for the characters, and I think that's just a great thing. The ending is also very sweet. We see it from the point of view of Ian, We don't see it from the other from Barley, but we see it from Ian's point of view. It's a very sweet moment. The music at the end, the climax is awesome. It's probably the best music in the movie. The movie doesn't have the best music, but the best part of it is at the climax where it kind of just goes full into music, and it's very beautiful. So yeah, the climax of the movie is definitely very entertaining. It's very sweet, and while it's not like the Toy Story 3 ending or something like that, that's just one of a kind, and I don't think we should compare it to that. Compared to like the last few Pixar movies of the decade, or the last decade, I guess, this has definitely been one of my favorite endings to a Pixar movie. The characters of the brothers in this movie also very conveniently clash and contrast. So Ian is more of just shy kid who doesn't believe in himself, and Barley is just more of an overconfident kid who believes in himself all the time. So these characters definitely clash, and by the end of the movie, they've both learned something and they've both grown as characters, which is why I think this is very meaningful, and it's not just a boring waste of time, especially for the characters' growth. There's also a lot of funny jokes, like that centaur boyfriend character is really funny, the cop, and I think other jokes that they tell are honestly really funny for the most part. The animation is also really good in this movie. I don't think Pixar gets enough credit for their animation lately, but this is a great animation, especially the backgrounds and stuff like that. It looks very photorealistic, very pretty, and I think Pixar did awesome with the animation. Now, there's no A113 reference, if you were wondering, in this movie in text form, but we do hear it in audio form, according to someone at jmonkey.com. Apparently in a police contact, some cops were saying that the A113 line as the reference, so if you were wondering, there you go. Now, I'm not sure if this will be better than Soul. I'm honestly a lot more excited for that, and coming in July, I believe. So we'll see if this is better than that. But I don't think we should compare these movies, honestly, because they all stand on their own and they're both awesome. So yeah, this isn't the best Pixar movie by any means. It's probably on the weaker side of Pixar, but that's just because Pixar has a really strong catalog of films. And again, I don't think it's really fair to compare this to other Pixar movies because this is an original story. It's based on something not that famous. It's not based on an existing franchise, and it doesn't have the director recognition or anything like that. So I respect this movie in a lot of ways. With the virus coming out, it's really great to see that this movie did decent in its box office. And yeah, tell me your thoughts on Onward in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe for more animation reviews. Ciao!